he doesn't want me to know. I'm whipping your tail. You know, I grew up with behind whip, but I turned out fine. I was another 600 problem child. I used to get in so much savvy heat that it was pathetic. For those who know me, they'll tell you. If you had a problem with the nation, I was a baby. You called me, I'm coming to shoot somebody. Real talk. Those who know me know. Shorty, where you get that bitch? Yeah. Because by the age of 10, I knew 120 lessons. At the age of 11, I thought nobody could tell me nothing. How wrong was I? I say that to say this. At the time Shatik was talking about on East Wisdom Knowledge, and that building knowledge bill, a lot of serious things went on. Now, for those who, you know, have been around long enough, when they see me, they where you been? Been on this planet teaching this long. Where you been? See, the reason Allah gave us this is not to converse with each other all the time, but to get out there and teach he who is savage the meaning of civilization, righteousness, the knowledge of themselves, and the science of everything in life, man.
Peace. Say it loud for the people in the back.
And we, as of yet, with all these complications that we're being tossed, with all the seasonings, the COVID and the this and the that we're being sprinkled with, the fentanyl, the this, the that, you know, the gangs, the this, the that, with all the things that's making it that much harder to taking the discipline from the parent, they knew the seed was going to become rebellious. I knew that. Why? Because when my father tried to take mathematics from me, I became rebellious. As a baby, what is in there that he don't want me to know? So, I went back to the garden the next day. And I'm supposed to be on punishment. I ain't supposed to be out the crib. Because my mind led me there. Ain't like a track in the mind. Ain't like being like, it's as simple as we see it like. It's as simple as ABC, man. That's how I was taught. So I went back to the guard. I said, man, you got the stew beat out of me. I can't take that to my crib. My pops is rebellious. What's in there? He said, well, I'm going to tell you what, though. You need to put it right here. This is a book that nobody can erase. He said the duty of the brain is to remember, God. It functions on recalls and experiences as well as other stimulants and knowledge, God. Without that, there could be no function except that has been set into motion by thought and is self-sustained in its own cycle. For thought is the first realm of creation. With that comes a many ideas. So, okay, lesson learned. I'm gonna have to study this right here. Since I can't take it home with me, I gotta take it home right here. 6 months later, I was a wizard because I stayed on punishment. Didn't I tell you not to go back out this house? Where the hell? Now I don't want to see you at the door, the phone, nowhere else. So what did that do? It gave me time to study. It gave me time to remember. It gave me time to function on recall. And I say this. A lot of things happen in that building now, like Shatik said. We used to have civilization classes in there. And if you didn't know your joints, Lord have mercy. Because there was no hot seat. You got the hot beats put on you. And you wasn't allowed to come back until you knew something. Next time I see you, you better have something positive to tell me. That was that man right there. As I grew, I'm still getting in trouble. That man said, hold on, man. You got any babies? At that time I said, no. Hold fast, God. You risking your life every day out here, God. With no seeds, God? So go make some babies. You ain't got a job. You just want to make some babies. Then get one. I say that to say this. God fashioned, like the God said, your whole community. Because he knocked on doors. He came and knocked on my door. He's really trying to get me killed now. But see, my father wasn't home, but he was able to build with my mother. So my mother said, you know what? His father's a real disciplinarian because my father was militant. He was military. He was a drill sergeant, for real, in the Marines. So that's all he knew. He tried to enforce that on me. I'm not having that. I'm not you. I'm me. So God said, what's your attribute? Now here it is where a lot of people get this thing mixed up at. In that day and time, they use the word attribute. There is no such word. The word is attribute. See, individuals with their little slang language, you know, wanted to sound slick and cool. What's your attribute? And that turned into attribute. The brother right here told me it's attribute because it's what you attribute to this nation that you're going to get back. The more you put in is the more you get out. And the live seed is living energy which is created in the first form in the mind known as living gas that exists in the brain. Having the knowledge of creation, that energy begin to give off a superior amount of heat, causing the gases to mingle and heat the body. This is called the transformation of gas with the right amount of heat. That gas transformed that liquid into a seed, presently known as the creation of a baby from a live seed air particle and a cloud of breath. That was the first man that ever told me that.
Yeah, but let him drop what he got to drop.
He said, go make some babies knowing that. And that transformed me knowing, like I said, man, the duty of a civilized person is to teach he who is savage. It's not for us to pick up. It's not for us to, you know, get up here and say all these wicked things about each other. Because I just took that brother to his residence from ALJAAMAAR's service. Sent two brothers to him to get flags the day after that. Told him I was supposed to come back and get another joint from him that I paid him half for. But that's material. I'm going to miss him more than I miss all of that. Because God is real, man. Don't ever forget it.
Peace to the gods and the earth. Amen. Come in the name of
After these two gentlemen, the preacher for the hour is going to come up and do his service, and after that, y'all can have more remarks.
Please, once again, come in the name of Master Messiah Lord. I met ALJAAMAAR in '74. And God used to wear a turban at that time. You don't remember. God used to wear a turban. And we went through the side of that turban. It was constantly the process of going through the side of the turban. God decided to take it off. I haven't seen him put another one on since. What I want to build on now, God, is this here. I'm not trying to make it a NA or an AA meeting, but it's the reality of truth. lot of our brothers is leaving us, man. And they leave us, man, on health purposes. Our degrees, when we first came into the knowledge of ourselves, it says knowledge of self. Self, meaning knowing yourself, mentally as well as physically, dog. What's going on with your biochemical structure, dog? If you know that your health is not good, artificial stimulus is not going to help you, dog. But a lot of our brothers are still dealing with those artificial stimulus, dog, and making their health even worse. That's right. I manifest this a lot of times to brothers. You have plus lessons, you have 120 degrees, you know history. That don't mean you got knowledge of self because you don't even know your own self if you don't know your health. How many of these brothers got records of their health? You got all these lessons, but do you have records of your own health? A lot of them say knowledge coach and knowledge power. It says our duty is to teach. God was a great teacher. He was a great civilizer. He's laying there right now, God. And he's teaching us right now. Get into your health. Know yourself. And once you know yourself, God, then you be at peace with self. Peace born understand the cipher. You got to understand the cipher that exists within you. And if you want to deal with the laws of Yakum, tell us how the devil was made, that's to understand the cipher. He understood the cipher that exists within the black man's biochemical structure. This is why he was successful. Understand the cipher also give us knowledge. He lived out with his bone. We got to live out with his bone as well. He lived out with his bone. And he's living it out right now while he's laying there telling us, wake up and smell the coffee. It's about getting into yourself and understand yourself, mentally as well as physically. And with that, I'm going to say peace, because there's nothing mystical, magical, nor mysterious about Allah.
Peace.
The laws of these seen heard everywhere.
That's right.
Peace to the gods in the earth.
Hey.
Well, we just want to make a quick announcement. God, great mind, in the last one that knows. Because the family does have a preacher that's going to come up and represent the God's family. And like I said, he's here to give honor to their family the way that they give honor. And the spirit they have to do every day is what it is, but he must be shown respect. So I appreciate that.
Hey.
Peace, family.
Hey.
My name is Amon, the Great Mind. I'm at ALJAAMAAR. The year 1974, it was 73 when I got knowledge of self. I'm going to be very brief. First, let me say to the biological family, a lot of us that sit in this room would not still be here or remain here if it wasn't for him. So we thank you, the family, for sharing him with us, because there was many times where the school in down south needed his help. The school in Staten Island needed his help. The school in the Bronx needed his help. Wherever the schools were, ALJAAMAAR was there.
That's right.
You have to appreciate not so much what a man says, but do his works and deeds. A lot of families that descended from us don't really know what the 5% nation cause and earth do. But I implore you to get onto our website and find it out exactly what it is that we do, because there's a lot of misconceptions about us. Somebody mentioned the situation in Brevoort houses. That's where I rest. There's a sister named Black Earth. I still call her Black Earth, but she's the director, and because of her physical stuff, she can't come around. So she said to extend thanks to the family for ALJAAMAAR for doing the clothing drive and everything in the center. Now, when that space became available to me, free of charge, the first person I thought of was him, because he's done that before. When you want a man to come do your carpet, you want him to have the experience of cleaning carpets. You don't want a guy that don't know how to clean carpets to come in there and clean your carpet if he don't have that knowledge. This man has opened organizations and centers before. He was responsible for a lot of the summer food programs that we saw throughout the years. That was all throughout the projects. Wherever there was a need, ALJAAMAAR was there. Okay? So let's not get it twisted. Give thanks to those who were here before you, because it is now on us to give it back the way they gave it. ALJAAMAAR spent lots of time neglecting his own family to come and build for this nation. That's right. Because anytime you spend the time he spent in other states and all the schools that he went through, how much time do you really have for your other family? See, so you have to take a lot of these things that people say with a grain of salt. Like, you know, the father. But the father was only with us from 64 to 69. That's 5 years. That's not a lot of time. So where did you get all this time to spend with him? If you listen to what people say, you'll know that they tripping, as we say. But I say that to say this. Our nation gives life beyond our own self. And the God spoke about health. I'm going to reveal something that has been going on with me. Many of you know me and see the traumatic weight loss. I'm suffering with cancer. I won't go into the stages or whatever, but that's not important. The important fact is I didn't do my due diligence, and so this is on me. Okay, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So if you are in that age range, man or woman, go get yourself checked out. Please do that. Okay, please do that, because it may be your own life that you save. That's why I'm content with going home when it's time, because I've done my due diligence. I've been in the streets, I've been on the rooftops, I've been in the clubs, I've been in the gutter, teaching this knowledge wherever I went. There's many brothers in this place right now who was with me in that struggle. You know what I mean? Now, when I came up here, it was my understanding, I didn't mean to cut nobody off. It was my understanding that it was a 12-4 situation. But as the Queen just said, the family got to make remarks, and then this guy said, the brother said we can do that afterwards. But listen, man, this is about those folks sitting right there. Because if it wasn't for them, then a lot of y'all wouldn't be here. Because in a way, I love them more than I love ALJAAMAAR. I know that sounds crazy because they gave us ALJAAMAAR. So you give love to the root and the seed that produced him. Not just the man himself, but the family that produced him. And I'm going to miss him because he was my co-pilot lately going to the parliament. You know, Raymond, you going to parliament, he called me out. We live a few blocks. I would go pick him up. But in closing, because I do want to come back up. To the family, once again, there are no words that can adequately express what I feel for him. No words. Okay, but I just had to say that to you guys, to you family, because it was very important. Peace. Peace. Thank you. And I apologize.
Yeah.
Let me just take a minute and just say, let me give respect to the family, and just know that on behalf of the establishment, we have to do it.